Passport bros seem to be a hot commodity nowadays, so let's just go ahead and get straight into it. This is another case of black women not minding their business. Y'all didn't care about mail order brides until black men happened to make it popular, but of course you feel entitled to being the BBC commander when something no longer benefits you, although these are the same men that you said you didn't want, didn't need, and they are broke. I'm gonna be honest, going overseas to travel frequently and live does not equate to broke. But then again, this just simply speaks.
Women, why do you call the passport bros broke? It costs at least $1,000 for a plane ticket alone. Just a plane ticket is $1,000. If a man can afford that, he's not broke, trust me.
To the delusion and hypocrisy of women. These men have been very clear in their message. They've said time and time again they want a wife, someone they can build with, start their family with, someone they can create a legacy with. What y'all heard was they wanted someone that they can control. Y'all minimize being a wife simply down to being a slave.
You hear that? We want wives. Not a slave, we want wives.
Even so much as telling those other women overseas that they're uneducated and practicing sex tourism. And in turn, a lot of y'all have took your degree and traded it in for an OnlyFans profile. Nobody said anything when women were going to Dubai. We know why you were going. Nobody said anything when women were flying state to state getting flued out. We know what you were doing. Nobody said anything when Nigerian and Jamaican men needed green cards and y'all started falsifying marriage documents so you could drive your Range Rover with your red bottoms. Let's just call a spade a spade. Y'all wanted the option to go back to these men after the man that you really wanted was done dragging you through the mud.
Ooh, she is cooking, y'all. But she's telling the truth. Women has been going to Jamaica for years on these so-called girls trips. But, when men do it, it's a whole issue. And we call it predators. And we actually going overseas to look for love. Like, we want families.
So I'm really trying to figure out how the passport bros are leftover men that women don't care about, yet we cannot seem to get them out of our mouth. It's like wherever I go, the topic is the passport bros, whether it is true.
Like, y'all talk about us all the time, and we not even bothering y'all. All we are saying is we can't find love here in the States, so we're going overseas where we are appreciated and not tolerated. What's the problem?
Twitter or YouTube or TikTok or literally even online articles. It's like everybody is talking about the passport bros, but somehow they are leftover men. Seriously, I call cap. I mean, you're not talking about people that you don't care about. Like, if you literally are apathetic and don't have any feeling towards a person, they're not even in your thoughts. But the fact that they are a constant topic of discussion, to me, shows me that, yeah, there is a lot of frustration, there's a lot of anxiety, perhaps a lot of fear, a ton of feelings related to this movement of really a small percentage of men who are going abroad to explore their options. And let it be clear, this has always been going on. Men have been grabbing their passports since like biblical times. I mean, you literally have the story of Abraham who sent his servant abroad to another nation to find a wife for his son. So like, this has always been going on. Truthfully, I think some of the frustration comes from the expectation that men are just supposed to stay. They are just supposed to stay. They should not go abroad to find other kind of women. And really what this is going to mean for women who are still in the dating market is that it's just more competition. It is more competition. This means women may actually have to work harder. They may actually have to be a little bit more competitive. And just the idea of competing in the dating and mating market is just completely foreign to a group of women who have been told that they are the prize all the time. And they have to do nothing but just show up. In reality, yeah, you should show up, but you should also bring.
Women, I need you to understand something. You are not the prize in America. Men are. Because you outnumber us. I just need you to understand that you are not the prize. So please stop saying that.
Somehow that is offensive to say. And women who don't get that, they're like, men are like, okay, we're going to go to women who do. And I personally see nothing wrong with that. If you are a good woman, then this should not in any way, shape, or form bother you or impact you. Now, to be clear, yes, there are men online who are using this movement as a reason to just spew toxic rhetoric about women and black women in particular. And I don't rock with that. I don't rock with any movement that's going to try to find reasons to just down or misspeak or denigrate other people. Like, I don't rock with that. But yeah, there is toxicity in this culture. There is toxicity in America, and men who have the means and opportunity to go abroad, to get into another culture, or to go with women who are really traditional. I see nothing wrong with that. I think that should be celebrated. And if you yourself are a traditionally minded woman and you want a traditionally minded man, you will stand out. You will stand out, especially in this culture of fear force. So really, all this talk, it's just a total distraction. You're not going to be able to change men from going abroad if they've made up their mind.
Just like she said, if you are traditional minded in the United States, you should have no issue. But most of y'all don't have any values anymore, so that's the ones who are speaking out against the passport bros, because the options are leaving, their safety nets are falling, and they know once they hit that wall, it is over.
They made up their mind. It is what it is. Just focus on the men who are sticking around, and if you're a good woman, then you won't have a problem standing out in this culture filled with toxic 3 or 4 Tatiana culture, okay?
So a lot of American women are hating on passport bros, but as someone who grew up in the Philippines where a lot of these passport bros go to find wives, let me offer a new perspective. Background, I moved here when I was 14 with my family, so I wasn't moved here by a passport bro. But I did see a lot of it growing up, and here's my take. The men who become passport bros, they have a certain range of income that if they want the same caliber of woman, like, okay, just stay with me. If they want a woman who dolls herself up, is soft, feminine, cooks, cleans, takes care of a man, literally worships the ground a man walks on, he will find that in places where women have much lower incomes and are more satisfied with lower levels of provision. And because the American dollar is so strong, your money just goes so much farther. So you literally live like a king.